Yow! Yow! What's up, TPL fans? It's your boy Dashing here to bring you the highlights from week 2. So, without further ado, we'll be giving out two MVPs this week. So, the first is gonna go to Jose. Let's check out his game. So, he's facing Reagan here. They lead with Dialga Kofag. Goes for a flash cannon, does a good chunk. Goes for an iron defense. There's gonna live another flash cannon due to the damage and goes for a body press. Does a shit ton of damage, and Dialga is basically death fodder at this point. So he's able to trade his Kofag for Reagan's Uber. Arceus appears to be setting up CMs here while Dialga's just spamming some Aura Spear. And that's basically gonna be most of the gist of this game. She didn't really prep anything for Arceus, as you can see. It basically got to set up for free there, and I guess it's pretty much interesting in the sense that he is running Hyper Voice instead of Judgment. I don't know why. Maybe he was afraid of getting sub, so he wanted like a sound-based move. But yeah, for the most part, that's basically what the match revolved around. So, if you're asking why is this MVP, just because Arceus got 6 kills, it's very hard for one Mon to get 6 kills, in the sense. In this case, it didn't really appear that hard just because, you know, Reagan didn't prep for it. And that's gonna be GG, it's Jose. Alright. So, a very quick game there, just 14 turns. For the next MVP, it goes to Ricky. Ricky from Alliance. So, let's check out the game and see how that went. I think he's facing versus, who's this? I think this is Joe. Yeah. So they need Araquanid versus the Como. And as soon as I see this, I'm already thinking, if this was me, I would punish this really hard. And that's exactly what Ricky does. He goes for a sub here, blocks the Toxic, goes for a Belly Drum. And you already know his team is going to get fucked by this set. I think it's a really bad decision to lead Araquanid. It's such an obvious lead. And, you know, versus players of this caliber, you know, Alliance, one of the best teams in the league. It's really unfortunate. He didn't really prep that well for it. Maybe he could have run Reflect there, just to prevent some damage. He switches out predicting the Scarf Kyurem here, brings out the Solgaleo. And at this point, his Como is basically 100%, so basically nothing happened. He basically traded webs for 3 Mons, for the most part. And gets some, sets up a Cosmic Power. Now, that's the unfortunate thing about this matchup as well. He doesn't really have anything for Cosmic Solgaleo. So, amazing prep by Ricky. He gets a crit there, but you know, I think that's one of the tough things about Solgaleo as well. The fact that you can't really reduce its stats. You don't really have a way of breaking through. You can't really Toxic it because of the typing, you know, unless you're running like Salazzle or something. So, at this point, he doesn't really have any way of breaking through, you know, aside from continuous crits. So, Ricky's gonna be more or less winning this game 6-0. So that's another reason why he was able to get the MVP for this game. Activates weakness policy. Because, you know, even if he ran lefties, he knew that there wasn't really a way that Joe could have broken the Cosmic set, from what it looks like. So yeah, it's just gonna be spamming attacks here just to chip out the Kyurem and all. You could say Kyurem could like stall this in a certain sense to like, you know, just keep spamming Roost. from what it looks like, he was running like Mystical Fire, Recover, or Morning Sun, as well as Cosmic. I forgot if he used another move. Did he use like another move or just Mystical Fire? But anyway, you could have potentially just stalled that out with Roost. You do have pressure, so you could burn like the PP there. But I guess Joe was already demotivated by, just the pressure of it. But yeah, I don't remember if Ricky had another move. Did he show? Oh yeah, he had Meteor Beam. But still, that's not really gonna help that much. Interesting. I don't even remember him using the Meteor Beam. I guess that was for Braviary. Yeah. Alright, so that was our second MVP. So for Tech of the Week, it's gonna go to Alex this week. So let's check out the game, see how that went. So I think he's playing against Stuart in this game. So lead Coco versus Lycanroc Dusk. He goes for Accelerock here, gets good chip. Now the reason this was a smart play in particular was when Alex showed me the set, he was actually max Spidef AV. So that meant he could really take some T-Bolts in the face. And that, in particular, that Accelerock really chips down the Coco, putting it further in range of like a Bullet Punch from Mega Scissor. Goes for a Thunder Pang on the Toxic. So the Toxic, I guess, was reading a switch to, I don't know, maybe Lapras, I guess. Yeah, I guess Lapras, because Lapras possibly had Water Absorb. He goes for an Accelerock there, gets some nice damage off. Interestingly enough, this is not Intimidate Hitmontop. It's actually Technician. I think, for the most part, Intimidate would be good here. Alex has been known to run DD Reshiram, and it also helps with the Scissor, of course, as well as Shark. And in this case, also the the Lycanroc. So 4 months that you could really take advantage of Intimidate. So I'm not sure why he. I think he told me he wanted Mach Punch to be boosted so it KOs the Shark, which I can totally get behind, but I think there may have been better ways to deal with that if that's the case. So here's one of the texts he shows, Sunny Day. Goes for a Sludge Bomb here. He makes a huge misplay going for Sleep Powder. I guess the best thing he could have done there was just to go for like a Weather Ball. That could have done a shit ton of damage, putting it in Bullet Punch or Accelerock range. So he kind of sacks this off for no reason if he was able to get like the damage off. He goes for knockoff here on the Gengar. I think that was very risky, just because for one thing he could have just he could have just Will-O-Wisp the Scissor, and I think he could have lived the knockoff from there. Switch out to Vaporeon and possibly heal back, Wish past the Gengar back to full HP. Also, this turn right here, bringing out Scissor against Mega Scissor kinda screams like he has some tech planned, because there's no way Scissor beats Mega Scissor. It's just the nature of the mon. So he goes for Superpower here. I think the best thing he could have done was just either Roost or Knock Off. Because if you knock off, you kinda remove whatever tech he has planned. And if he decides to go for SD, then you would have gotten to a better HP and maybe SD yourself, and then you can match him from there. But yeah, he goes for Superpower there. Guaranteed that he's gonna fall to the next move. He actually revealed to be Natural Gift Fire, which I think was a cool tech from Stuart as well. But in that case, it didn't really matter because, the Superpower ended up making him -1 defense. So even if he had his own Superpower, that would have killed as well. But yeah, cool tech from Stuart. Brings out Reshi here, so this is the most free DD of my life, if that's the case. Another thing to note here, he was running Trace Porygon. I'm not really sure why. I think for the most part, the analytic would have been best. Analytic, I could see some scenarios for the download as well. It's very situational. You could probably get the chlorophyll boost from the sun, if you were thinking that ahead, or you could have also gotten speed boost from Shark. But those are too situational, in my opinion. But yeah, it could work. Maybe he had mocks where that was the case, but from the way Alex is playing, he's really preserving Shark for the late game. Because yeah, most of his mons are already chipped down in Shark range. And here's another tech he shows, Safeguard. So the Safeguard is actually good in the sense that even if the next mons come to try to status the Reshi, he's gonna be protected for like the next 5 turns. And he's able to go for another DD here. So, as you can see, he actually EV'd the Porygon to do more than 25 to break the sub, which was really smart. I think this was a huge misplay by Alex though, going for the Flare Blitz on the Vaporeon, because realistically, you're not gonna switch into Coco there. Coco is like your best answer to Lapras. You're not really gonna switch that in. So you were basically safe to just go for Dragon Claw. If you hit like the 2 Dragon Claws there, you could have had enough HP to possibly live another Bullet Punch, and that could like nab you another kill or even just sweep the team. Probably not sweep because Hitmontop has priority as well, but just some small details there. So Lapras comes in, goes G-Max. He goes for a CC, does a shit ton of damage. He actually revealed to be Max. He was actually it was actually a Max roll for the CC, as he goes for Max Geyser there. Coco comes in, goes for T-Bolt. Now the T-Bolt was actually revealed to be around Max roll as well. There was literally no way T-Bolt was killing there. He needed a crit because Alex has those goat spreads as well. So Shark comes in behind screens. He doesn't really need to protect. He just goes for the waterfall. I totally agree with that play. If I was Stuart, I'd probably roost there, right? I'd go for a roost on the protect, thinking he wants the speed boost, and then suddenly I'm out of range of the liquidation or a crunch, and it would have been a choke on Alex's part. But learning from his past mistakes, he had a few games last season where that was the case. I was telling him that you don't need to protect there because you're already gonna outspeed. You just give your opponent opportunity to take the game. So well played in the end game there. So yeah, Alex gets tech for this week. And our last game is gonna be for the game of the week. It's gonna go to Mike versus David. So let's check out the game, see how that went. So he leads Silvally Fairy versus the Reggie. He goes for a Volt Switch here. I wonder if T-Bolt would have killed there. Probably not, because it did like 70. So it probably would have done like 90. Putting Silvally in like Rock's range, if that's the case. While Silvally doesn't really have the best move against the Reggie Alecki. So maybe that would have been a good play. Brings out Heracross here, predicting that he was gonna switch, but what do you call this? Mega Agron is so bulky that even a CC from Heracross only does like 33% or 30. I promise me. I promise you. I know math. 34%. So yeah, and he drops his defenses for that. Huge misplay. Huge misplay. That is his Maxmon. And it goes for Max Knuckle, which is gonna do even less damage. So just huge misplays around. It's kind of unfortunate to see. Greninja comes in here. He probably is gonna go for a water move, but decides to go U-turn, predicting that he was gonna switch out. Maybe he predicted Umbreon to switch in, because you know, or even the K-Black. K-Black could have been a good switch there as well. But he's punished for that. He's able to get up rocks. Goes for a flamethrower. Umbreon is gonna be able to like check this properly. Maybe just go for a wish and pass it up. Yep. He goes for a wish on the Reggie. Maybe Reggie's gonna set up rocks here, but he decides to go T-Wave. And is able to heal the Aggron to full. So at this point, it's a very good position for David. He was able to take out the Maxmon, set up his own rocks, chip some of his mons. Yeah, the Silvally is like pretty much dead. And is 1v1ing this Registeel. Gets the burn on the Fire Punch, like adding insult to injury. He does bring out a good tech with counter. Very interesting. And predicting the switch, he switches to Greninja. Now Greninja reveals T-Spikes. Very interesting. I do like that. When you have like mons that have moves that, you know, people are not really expecting. Like, people only prepare for T-Spikes when they have like poison type mons. But having like a non-poison type mon bring T-Spikes is a really good bring. He switches out. Now this tells you a lot because you could see in the earlier turns, he used U-turn. So this implies that the Greninja could be a choice variant. Either Specs or Scarf. Scarf would be... I guess Scarf would be good versus like the Reggie as well as the Spectwear. So I can see that. Yeah. The Silvally comes in here on the switch. I guess Reggie's gonna take out the Silvally there. I would have gone for like just the kill there. Because for one thing, the Dragapult switch was very obvious. And he's able to block the spin. So heads up play from Mike. If that was me, I would have gone for the electric move. Do a shit ton to Dragapult. And if he switched in the Slowking, that's when I would have went for the spin. So Umbreon comes in. He goes for a U-turn. That does a shit ton of damage. I've used Dragapult in one of my other leagues before, and I know for a fact he can't do that much damage. So this has to be like a banned variant in that case, as Gren comes in. So Gren has pretty much a free U-turn here. I wonder if he'll preserve the Umbreon. Okay, he does. I'm not really sure I agree with that play. I probably just sack it off. But you know, it kind of accomplishes the same thing. You sacked 1-1 off. And then here's the thing. He goes for T-Bolt here. Takes more chip from the poison. So yeah, if Dragapult took the T-Bolt earlier, he would have died there. And he's just able to take out the Reggie with the darts. And falls to the Shadow Ball. So I was thinking maybe he didn't have what you call that Sucker Punch, but then again the damage earlier revealed that he was already locked to banned. So fair enough. None of the other mons wanted to take the Shadow Ball. Even the Greninja possibly you know, could be 2-hit KO'd by that, especially after rocks. Kyurem comes in, takes some rocks and gets poisoned. Very interesting. He went for like a greedy play here, not running boots on Kyurem. You know, I'm I mean, David played last season, so he definitely saw me play Curem. I didn't run boots like most of my games during that season, but I definitely had mons that helped position it better. So yeah, imagine you switched into a resisted move and you already took like 52%. Holy shit, right? Slowking comes in on the switch, he makes a read, good read. I wonder if he's running, I didn't really calc for that, he's probably just a special Curem, if that's the case. It goes for future sight here on the Aerodactyl. Very interesting nickname there, the angry face. You know, these Latinos are angry all the time. You know, they mad at everyone. So I like that. I like that Easter egg there. I kind of want to learn how to do that. Yo, show me how to do that. It goes for a Max Rock here, which is really good. It would chip out. It's gonna help chip out the Gren later on. It goes for a Max Quake here. So the Max Quake was kind of good, increasing your speed F. Hopefully, you could live the water move. It goes for the Shuriken, but yeah, that's not gonna be enough to take the Shuriken. Curem comes in, that's definitely gonna fall to the Shuriken as well. So yeah, that's definitely specs damage from what it looks like. 4.6%. Unless the Curem doesn't have any bulk. But yeah, this right here, that guarantees the specs. It only does that much if it specs, and because of that, Umbreon falls to rocks, and that's gonna be GG, it's Mikey. So, an amazing game, like a reverse sweep. He definitely positioned his mons well. Some opportunities for David with the plays he made, but not really too obvious. It's more high-level reads and reactions to what could have done, what his opponent could have done. I think this was really amazing for me just because Heracross is a menace in this format in particular. Just the way it got so many kills last season, its potential to just run over the team, and the fact that he was able to win the game with Heracross having literally around 0 impact, right? Once he got the kill, once Heracross went down, he was able to heal back the Mega Aggron to full. So it basically nullifies all the work Heracross made. And fighting 5v6 with a Maxmon, as well as with huge wall breakers like Regieleki and Regieleki without having a ground type, and the GOAT Spectrier. It's a well-deserved game of the week. So yeah, that's gonna be the highlights for week 2. Check out next week for week 3 highlights. That's gonna be all. If you enjoyed the game, put some comments and besos there, and I'll see you around for in the next one. Cheers.